We're now going to talk a little bit about how to pick up the horse's feet. This seems like a real basic thing, but I imagine at some point all of us have struggled getting a horse's foot up. So what I like to do here, I'm assuming that your horse is fairly gentle. If you've got a wild horse or a young horse or something that haven't had his feet picked up yet, you're going to want to adjust this slightly. But this is just kind of the basics. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to present myself to my horse. I'm just going to kind of rub on him, let him know I'm here. And I'm just going to work my way down his leg. What I'm not going to do is just, without, say, petting him at all, just reach down here and grab a foot. So I'm going to kind of introduce it, let him rub, and you see how he's kind of already getting ready for me. That would be ideal. He can kind of see what's coming. This is like the precursor, right? Like, let's say I was riding a horse, I was on a loose rein, and then maybe I wanted him to stop, so I might pick up the rein first before I even pull or anything. And that kind of lets him know I'm coming in there, maybe to pull or something. So he's kind of getting ready for me, so I'll just kind of rub on this, get him gentle about that. And then there's a couple of things you can do here. What I like to do is just come here along this bone right here, and I'll just kind of take my thumb in here and just kind of work up, like just kind of pull my thumb in there and just kind of not try to hurt the horse, but make it uncomfortable there with my fingernail and my thumb. Just kind of rub, just kind of pinch, and then I'll just wait for him to bring his foot to me. What I'm not going to do is just lean on this horse and get in this struggling match where I'm just pulling and pulling and pulling. But you can see here, he's kind of ready. So what I might do at first is just kind of pinch and then let it be. And then go to pinch and then let it be. And go to pinch and let it be. And see how he's just kind of holding it there. So maybe before I even pick it up, I might just take some time here like that and just get him ready. And then I'll pick it up here. And then I might hold him here. So there's a couple ways I'll hold. If he's really tough here, I might hold here like this. If he's not too bad, I might hold right here. And then when I'm done with this, I'll just set it down and then let go. Ideally, he would just set his foot down like that and then put it flat. So I'll go to pinch, offer, pick it up, then I'd set it down, release. That would be ideal. I know it doesn't always work out that way, but that's one option. The other thing you can do is you can reach around here, okay, and you can just kind of pinch this little corn on the upper inside of the leg. You can see right here on this side, he's got a little bit here. Just peel that off. You could sometimes pinch there. There, he hasn't been peeled in a little while. So you can just kind of pinch there. It's not going to hurt the horse. And the same thing can happen. But maybe what I could do is just play with that. Just pinch and release. And then pinch and release. And you see he's just hanging there waiting for me. Now, let's say there's a case where your horse is a little bit tougher. He might pick his foot up, he might offer it, but then he just takes it away from you. What you can sometimes do is just take your lead rope, especially if you have a long lead rope. If you have a short lead rope and you want to use your lead rope, get a second rope. What I would do is just come down here around his foot just once. I wouldn't wrap it if it's also attached to his face. But this will give you a chance. So if I go to pick up his foot and then he were to take it back, I wouldn't have to struggle with him. I could just kind of keep my rope taut here. I don't have to fight him, but just keep some tension on that as he were to leave me, and then I could reach down and try this again. So as he were to leave, I could keep some tension on this rope, and then if he were to get clear to the ground, I could just keep some pressure, because I want the release when he's up, I want the pressure when he's down. Pressure, release, pressure, release, pressure, 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 release. All right? Those are just kind of the basics. So that's one thing you can do if they're just a little bit sketchy. And whether they're sketchy or not, these are good things to do if you have a farrier and you're not doing your own shoeing or trimming. It's really important to make sure that your horses are good to handle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on getting to his back end here. So I'm just going to kind of rub on him here. Let him know I'm coming in here, and the same kind of thing. I'm just going to rub, rub, rub. And I want to always keep track of my lead rope. This horse is pretty good. He's never had shoes on him or anything. You know, he's 3 years old, but he's been trimmed a few times. But you just want to, when you're venturing back, you want to keep this lead rope available. Because if he were to kick or something or get spooked or something could happen, if his hind feet were to come in here towards me, this lead rope here is about my only defense unless I was just going to hug in here. But if I don't have the lead rope and I hug in, he could do an outside turn and then present me with his hind feet somehow and then get me kicked. If you've ever been in that situation, you know what I'm talking about, so you want to be careful with that. So what I would do here is the same thing. So I keep my lead rope over here on the left. You could keep it on the right, I suppose, if you wanted, but I'll keep it here on the left. I'm just going to rub his leg, the same thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down here and do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of pinch here. I'm just going to wait, and then as he offers, I'll release. And I might pinch there, pinch there, pinch. One more time. Let's see. He's being just a little bit borderline there. So I might help him just a hair and then get him there. And then I can rub on his leg here and let him down if needed. But you could also do the same thing here with your lead rope or a second rope. So let's say he got a little bit sketchy with his foot here. Then I could let him down. And then I have this rope here. Notice here I kind of have it crossed there. And then what I could do is just keep a little bit of pressure on there. Then I could come in here. There. And then what you could do from here, you can leave the rope on, or you can take it off depending on the tension. You're going to get your leg in from behind here. You're going to help stretch him forward. Now you don't want to get too committed under here. Like if your leg was way under here and he's pretty rank, he can just pull you down up underneath here. So just enough is comfortable for you and him. But you're always ready to get out of here if needed. I'm not way committed underneath here. And then I'm going to set that back down. So that's kind of the basics there. These are good habits to get into. There's other ways that it can be done, but that's just kind of the general thing. But if you've got a farrier, or you need to be picking his foot out more regular and different things, like maybe having sessions here where you're lifting these feet and holding them for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at a time. Maybe it's in while you're riding them, you could hop off, give him a reward for stopping or turning or whatever you're working on for the day. Pick up his feet while he's standing there, hanging out. Different things like that. So just go ahead and take your time here, and in the wintertime, like it's kind of winter right now. I'm all bundled up and stuff here. It's something that you can play with and work on when you don't really need to do it, or you want to work with your horse, but it's too cold to do a lot of things. There's always a good time to come back and visit some of these things that maybe we just don't have enough attention in. So in the wintertime, picking up the feet is a great thing you can do when you're not sure if you can get out and do a full workout with your horse and things like that. So hopefully some of these tips helped you. We'll move on to the next one.